Hi Taurus, welcome to your bonus reading. We could say for August, but keep your mind and your heart open because a reading, you may come across a reading at any time and something grabs you. I get comments daily about people who have found videos I made years ago that fit them right at that moment. So just keep yourself open. Because time is fluid and your guides will guide you. That's what I feel. They'll guide you to what you need to hear, what can help you, that type of thing. What's interesting is when I'm about to do someone's reading, I already have like what decks I feel like I want to use, or I feel like are being called to me. And there was one deck in particular that I use all the time, and I can't find them. They're gone. And I never move my cards off my table or, out of my office. So it's so weird. But I felt like I needed to grab the Good Tarot, which is not a normal deck I'd use for you. So I feel like this is what we were meant to use. So we're going to go ahead. By the way, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Taurus. Sometimes you don't even know it, right? But you're still like pulled that direction. Whatever brought you, welcome. Let's get into your reading. So we're going to use 3 decks. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle. Get some words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot as our clarifiers, or to go a level deeper. And then we're going to use the Good Tarot for your main spread. But we're going to start with Mother Mary. One more shuffle. And by the way, everything's pre-shuffled. But I do like to give it a shuffle or two with you here. Alright, let's begin. Taurus. And you watch. As soon as your reading is over, those cards, I'll find them. They'll show up. Mercy. Mercy. Reminds me of Elvis Presley. I don't know if he did a song. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. In other words, I'm giving myself mercy, but I'm also giving others mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Mercy. Okay, we'll read that at the end, and I'm telling you, the words will be profound. But let's go ahead and get into the Tarot portion. Again, using the Good Tarot. I do link what cards I use in the readings when I can, or tag them. I guess that's what I should say. I tag them. But YouTube doesn't have the majority, has very few tarot cards in their database, so there's only like 2 decks I can really tag. But anyways, alright my loves, let's just take a deep breath and let's begin. We're going to take off the top. Wow, you have the World. The World speaks of a portal that's about to open. You can look at it in a different way. You can say it's a new path that's about to begin. The World's energy to me is, like all through our life, we're going to be on, we're going to come across paths that we have to choose. Do we go right or take a left? The World part of the energy to me is the closest to God. To me means it's when you are trusting your spirituality much more. I don't feel like the World comes to someone until they're ready for it, because it is speaking about your spirituality in this human plane, or on this human plane. So, and it's a 21, which is a 3, which is the energy of joy, Trinity, Holy Trinity. Well, hello, 10 of Pentacles sitting on this next portal. Nothing more a Taurus wants to hear than a 10 of Pentacles. Give it to me, Sandy. There it is. So we know this Ten of Pentacles exists moving forward. We have the High Priestess. It's your intuition. Some of you, it's interesting. I was, when I upload a video, I always I go to YouTube and I go to the video because I want to check the ads and make sure, because I don't have any control of that. But, I want to make sure that the ads are okay. And there was one that was talking about alpha and about, the different energies that we can connect to. Why am I saying that? Because I don't know. They were talking about how Albert Einstein was in the alpha, I believe, which is like, I feel like I'm saying this because I feel like some of you working from that type of energy. All right, let's keep going. We have the Four of Cups, or are you? So, Four of Cups to me. Let's bring this lid down. First of all, the Four of Cups is mirroring the world. So this next chapter, this next portal that wants to open for you, it feels very, very abundant. And this is asking for your trust, right? Your faith, your knowingness, your spirit's knowingness. But then the Four of Cups comes out. And the Four of Cups, first of all, it speaks of spiritual discernment. Maybe some of you have really learned to trust that. But it also speaks of inactivity. Like, I have a dream, but am I chasing that dream? Some of you have been questioning something for a while. And it's like your intuition tells you one thing, but then your mind tells you something else. And I feel like this is calling you back to your intuition to trust. But this also calls for action, right? It's like there is your dream, but yet I need to go after it. It's not going to just fall in my lap. However, in the same breath, I want to say, I feel like your spirituality, like many of you working in spiritual type businesses and flourishing, and it's the energy of, again, trusting, right? And then putting that action in. So, will I be successful? Well, it's showing, Ten of Pentacles. All right, let's keep going. We have Justice. Card of Libra. This can certainly talk about cutting of ties, right? Ties that are no longer serving me. This can talk about karmic ties, and the lesson has been learned, and now I'm more balanced. That's what I think about when I think of karmic ties. Like, they're throwing me off balance, and my job is to recalculate myself, rebalance, even in the midst, right? So I got to be careful I'm not falling other people's energy, and I got to trust in my own. What am I holding? Justice. Could certainly signify a divorce, cutting of ties with someone, but this could also be a cutting of ties with a previous employment. Number 11, sticking out. All right, look at this. We have the Five of Pentacles. Coming under that Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. It's almost like, do I go through a divorce and I end up with half, right? Half of what I had. Now, I know that seems like taking half, but from that half, you can recreate that Ten of Pentacles again, however that may be for you. Interesting. We have the Page of Cups under the High Priestess. That's your inner child, allowing yourself to have some fun. Not all work and no play, has some play also. But, find that balance between work and play. Some of you, I feel like, may have recently moved back home. Interestingly, I've been noticing in the readings these pages showing up together. So we have the Page of Cups. Could certainly be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, younger. And then the Page of Air, or Swords, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Libra over here. This could talk about communication. A page is, information, news of something. But what I also feel here is, again, like the High Priestess above this Page of Cups. It's almost like, how do I say this? It's almost like your higher self has been watching over you. And I don't know. I feel like maybe even look like there may even be memories of like where it's like, whoa, kind of feeling that energy of feeling watched over. Now, this could be your spirit guides, but for some reason I'm feeling like it's tied back to you, like your higher energy, almost like your combination of previous lives coming to one and now helping you through this one. You may have some type of communication that comes in, and if it does, it would require action. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Emperor. I feel like some of you probably lost a job, or changed jobs, or it's time to, maybe it's time to. The Emperor could certainly be self-employment. The Emperor is usually the leader, the boss, the one that we look up to for advice, for help, that type of thing. The Emperor is usually very methodic and makes plans, but is the leader for the people, to help the people, Ten of Wands under that. Some of you may have recently disconnected from an Emperor or an Aries. Okay, before I overthink this, let's get into the Gilded Tarot and let's break this down. So there's no way I can look at this and not say that I feel like somewhere out there may be a few who have gone through divorce, and I feel like if that's you, I feel like it probably already happened, and or even a job, and it's like now you find yourself with half of what you used to have. Like, I'm half the person I used to be, but that's not the truth, because I feel like from that point, remember that's a 5 change. There's no reason why I can't build myself back up to that 10 of Pentacles. Easy come, easy go. That's why our foundation is so important. All right, start at the beginning. Oh, hello. We have the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't have to be. Could be just speaking about, someone that you were emotionally attached to. Interesting. And then we have the World again. Interesting. Well, first of all, I want to say, because, I do feel like something happened where what I had or who I had, that type of, like taken away, even if it's what I wanted, because in the Four of Pentacles or Four of Cups over here, this is about where I have a dream that's outside of what I'm doing right now, but I'm not really acting upon it. Well, I feel like because it's mirrored by the World, it means that you will start acting upon it. You may have no clue what I'm talking about yet. But anyways, what I'm feeling like is, so whatever it was that seem to take half of me. I feel like this world coming back out again is signifying just what I said earlier, where, you know, just because you lost doesn't mean you won't gain again, right? It may just be different. It probably will be better. I mean, the world twice. I have a feeling it's talking about this King of Cups being part of this next chapter. I don't know how it couldn't be. We'll come back to him. Or her. Remember, you can be queen or a king because, you know, I'm not always in my feminine energy. I'm in my masculine energy a lot of times. So, you know what I mean? That's why I read queens and kings can be either. All right, anyways, well, hello, another king. King of Pentacles, which I have to say, again, this king has showed up in a lot of people's readings. Very interesting with Virgo, or not Virgo, Pisces. Like, very interesting. It's like this king in that reading almost like making me fall in love. It was just a very interesting reading. Some of you may have Pisces somewhere on your chart, or it may even talk about you and a Pisces. Maybe you don't. Well, here's Cups. Anyways, this could be you. It's coming over the High Priestess. And then, look at this. We have the Nine of Swords coming over that Four of Cups. Well. Okay. Well, that Nine of Swords. That's energy we got to look at because we got to get rid of it. It's not going to serve us moving forward. It's not going to, listen, can we drag old energy into the present and therefore create our future out of that? It's almost like repeat patterns, but nothing changes, right? I think I heard Phil, whatever his name, Dr. Phil, now I forget, you know, doing the same thing but expecting different results, something like that. You guys know what I mean. That's what this Nine of Swords kind of is. So first of all, it's a 9. It's asking us to reflect upon it. So let's reflect upon it. All those swords are coming down. Can't pick it up. All these swords are coming down towards her. But they're not hitting her. You know, this tells me that there's something that may have affected, like something emotionally that may have affected you that then moved into your thought system. You know, like the telling oneself that, you know, it's almost like the feeling of doom. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. But this is because this is unnecessary. It asks you to examine it, like, or put it another way, like what I cannot control, I got to let go of. I don't want to carry it around. It will not serve me. Matter of fact, coming over that Four of Cups where I'm really not being very proactive in my own life. In my own life. This is a fear factor. This can be overcome, though. It certainly can be overcome. I want you to know that. It's usually based on previous, you know, heartache. You know, you think about the 3 swords, so they're piercing the heart. But the rest of the swords, again, are kind of like in the air. I feel like they're going to come. And therefore they do. I feel like they're going to come. And therefore they do. Maybe I need to change my mindset. If they come again, I won't stick around. You know, sometimes our thoughts, we've got to learn, like, sometimes we lie to ourselves. So, knowing thyself. Okay. Look at this. The 3 of Swords comes over justice. So whatever happened in the energy of justice, again, can be a legal system, can be a divorce, just can be cutting of ties, doesn't have to be marriage, just be like literally cutting of ties with someone. It's interesting because, you know, sometimes we feel like, well, that's just the end of the world, but it's not. It's not. And, you know, I'm a witness to that. I am a witness to that time and time again. And the world showing up twice to me is signifying that. So clearly this Nine of Swords is coming out of the Three of Swords energy, and it's dealing with, again, let's just say karmic issues, legal issues, that type of thing. You know, we do go from the 10 to the 5, but I feel like your guides want you to know that that 5 will go back into a 10. Listen, maybe it's with someone different. Again, whether it be work or love. Okay, just keep going. We'll go back. Okay, well, we have another king. I was going to say, we'll go back and examine those kings. Examine them. We have the King of Wands. Well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That could tie that back to the Emperor coming over that 5 of Wands, or 5 of Pentacles. Again, where, you know, it's almost like a tower action. It's maybe completely out of my control. Listen, sometimes we feel like we love someone, but they don't, you know, for whatever reason, they don't love us back. It doesn't mean there's not someone out there who can love you. Trust me. Anyway, this king is kind of, I don't know, he's coming over again, what feels like, you know, he may be responsible of the taking of half, and then he's got the Three of Swords next to him. Let's see who's got on the other side. Well, interesting. Now look at this. We have the Queen. Now this Queen of Pentacles is coming under the King of Pentacles, connecting them. And this Queen, her back is to this King. Interesting. So, you know, wow. I feel like some of you must have Pisces somewhere in your chart, or you're connected to a Pisces, because all of a sudden I'm starting to feel that energy with this king again. Because this king feels like, almost like, how do I say it? Well, both of them actually. And listen, I'm not sure the Queen knows this yet, but I feel like it's like this king intuitively knows when to move into the life of the Queen, however that may be. Maybe it's just a phone call to begin with. This king is moving according to his intuition. I don't feel it's him that's carrying that Nine of Swords, to be honest. I feel like this Queen is somewhat unaware that this king is intuitively picking up on her. I feel like they may have known each other when they were younger. And she's got her back to the King of Wands. Look at this. We have another page. Page of Cups. Interesting. I feel like, wow, that feels weird. Here's the Page of Cups here, right? I just got goosebumps. The Queen comes out. The Queen of Pentacles ties her to this king. Not just, I feel like not just in this lifetime, but probably in others also, which means probably soulmates. And she's coming under the Page, which I feel like is her younger self. I feel like this Page of Swords is this king. And I feel like this is like some type of communication. And now this Page of Cups has moved right on top of the Page of Swords. So I feel like I'm taking that call. I'm taking that communication. Okay. Well, look at that. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles, and I don't know. I just kind of want to look. I want to look around. And then look at this. We have the Lovers. First of all, it's a card of Gemini. That can be a head over heart decision. And listen, that may be part of it, especially with that Nine of Swords there. I feel like I got to say, don't be afraid, even if you're afraid, to go after something. Even if you get rejected, then at least you know and you can put it behind you. You know what I mean? It's almost like this king intuitively knows when to contact this queen, and it seems like it's after the fact, because again, her back is to this king, which is tied to what seems to have taken half of something, but also is attached to the Three of Swords, and then also Justice. Can be karmic, of course. That means there was a lesson in there. Did you learn a lesson? If you learned the lesson, then you let it go. If you didn't learn a lesson, it will be repeated. Maybe not immediately. And that's what the reflection is about. If this was about a lesson, hey, I'd rather learn it. I'd rather know it. So I don't have to repeat it. But anyways, I don't know. Do I even want to... Well, I don't want to deal with the Emperor yet. The Lovers just came out. By the way, look at that. Wow. Look at that. I have goosebumps again. Okay. First of all, that Nine of Swords, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? The Four of Cups, I didn't really like it. But it did say that you had a dream. Maybe I just wasn't as proactive as I could be. Right? I was afraid to get hurt again. Yeah, but then you never love again. I'm afraid to create for myself. But then you may not know true abundance. And abundance doesn't even have to be money. It can be just the feeling of you and your creation. What am I looking at? The Eight of Swords in reverse. So, Eight of Swords is a self-created prison in the upright. This is where I put these barriers, these energetic barriers around me that say stay away. Closed for business, right? And I'm doing that because I want to keep the bad away. And I feel like that's the way I have to do it. She's got a blindfold on. So there's something she doesn't want to see. But it doesn't serve her not to see it. Right? Because this is an illusion. This self-created prison is an illusion that's created. So the only one who can uncreate it is the one who created it, which would be you. And look at this. It's exactly what you do. It's like all those swords for all that time, they go away. They drop away. 8 signifies a new beginning, and so do the worlds. Nine of Cups has now turned into the Eight of Cups reversed. I feel proud. I feel proud of you. Okay, so, this queen and this king, of course they do not have to be earth, but boy do I like how, they're like polar opposites. It's like twin flames, right? They're opposites, but then you put them together, it's like, boom. It's like, this king sees the big picture. This queen sees the details that others miss. You put them together, nothing can get by. Okay. That feels very, very good, I have to tell you. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like this king, I guess we can... Look at that. It flipped around in my hand. So, it's like I'm looking at this king, and listen, it is an air sign, but this could just mean that this is someone who became aggressive, aggressive with their words, how to have it their way, my way or the highway, you know what I mean? So maybe the cutting of the ties, listen, any change is difficult, but eventually you see the blessing in that. But it's interesting because I felt the energy of like, I don't think he belongs. You know what I mean? Like, no. I feel like he's of the past, but I feel like he has been definitely a big part of your life. Could have been in a good way, but then I feel like must have turned into not such a good way. Because look at this, a star in reverse. It's like your dreams, your hopes, your wishes were taken away. What I thought was going to be was not what it was. Doesn't mean, listen, it doesn't mean that they're gone. It just means that you're not actively pursuing them. You know, I feel like they took my dreams away from me. Well, they didn't take them, you took them. You allowed them to take it. And I don't mean that in a weak way. I don't mean it that way. Because that is a lesson also, right? Like, what do I give away of myself that I shouldn't? The star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, the manifestation of them. Someone in their energy, at least, let's just say, didn't allow that manifestation. It just, you know, maybe it just wouldn't have made sense in that energy. Maybe it was a karmic lesson and you needed to finish the lesson, and you did. You know, I feel like no matter how difficult this is, I feel like in time, it's just like you're going to sweep it under the rug. You're going to sweep it out the back door. Because this feels like the truth. Wow. I don't know, guys. I think I should leave it there. But all I can say is I feel like this king and queen connected to the lovers. You know, can it talk about a twin flame? I don't know, because the 11 stood out to me. And to me, sometimes that signifies twin flame. But it's like, don't even worry about that, because I know it's also soulmate type energy. I know this, it's like this king knows this queen, even though physically I don't feel like they're together. I feel like they will be. I do. And I feel like whoever carried the fear, I do feel like it will subside. I do. That's why I notice this page of cups, boom, right on top of the page of swords now. This king, or even the queen, but no, I kind of feel like the queen is kind of like, listen, I'm just recovering, getting over, moving on. But this king seems more like just in the knowing. Interesting. All right, I feel like, look at that. The bottom of the deck, the 2 of Cups, soulmate. I knew it. Look at that. They're looking eye to eye. They see each other for who they really are. And they love each other for who they really are. Not who I have to pretend to be, but who I really am. They love me for me. Wow. Okay, I'm going to read Mercy. I want to see. This card asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself or others, and to consciously speak in loving and empowering ways. The higher energy generated by the positive words will insulate you from negativity. This is the true meaning of judge not, lest ye be judged. Wow. I mean, listen, I don't think it's talking about compassion for this person, though. The more I can just let it be and let it go, and I feel like it can feel like it destroyed my world, but it's showing that it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, we are seeing the other side of the coin. Here it is. It didn't come easy. That's the thing. People want this to come easy. I want love to be easy. Well, when you think about your own energy first, like, what energy am I portraying? What energy am I putting out there? Because that's what must return to you. Someone held an effect on you. It's almost like, like a curse. But this curse can be broken. That's the thing. That's illusionary. This curse kind of feeling, it's illusionary. It can be broken. But it takes your action. There's no way around that. But look at the outcome. Look at the outcome. We have the Two of Cups, and we have the Lovers. Oh, I'm sorry. And then look at this. The Ten of Cups. Look at this. You have the Lovers, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Cups, and one more thing. The Fool. The Fool takes chances. Fool doesn't think about the past. Like, no. The Fool looks for adventure. The Fool falls sometimes, but the Fool gets back up. And by the way, under that Fool is healing. Healing. And this isn't just one time, right? This is whenever I feel like I need it, I allow myself to heal. But I'm true and I'm honest with myself. What I recognize out of the Four of Swords more than anything is the one sword that is ours. Healing. And now I'm ready. Ten of Cups. You already had the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe the Ten of Cups is better than the Ten of Pentacles. Because look who you're with. Again, does it have to be love? No, it can talk about work. And working with just the right people or person. But boy, I do know it's also talking about love. This is how it happened. I put down that energetic wall of protection. Because now I'm realizing what it does. It keeps out the good right along with the bad. And the bad, you have power over. That's your intuition. That is your power, right? Like those flag. And you get signs. Your spiritual team is very active in your life. And they want you to have the best that you can have, right? They want you to have adventures. But there are lessons also. It's just part of our life. But they help to guide you through that. In the Nine of Swords, I'm just not feeling it. But somehow, some way, I feel like they get through. I mean, the Two of Cups with the Lovers. And the Eight of Swords. I let down that wall, and baby, look what come flying in. After all, there's two worlds. Could be either of these kings. I feel like the King of Cups speaks about someone who wants to be in a relationship. Excuse me. Someone who enjoys being in a relationship, is very open to it. So I feel like that's the energetic. Now, I know it can be water for some of you. But I feel like this Emperor and this King are all tied together. And I don't even want to talk about them anymore, because this is about what will be, what can be. But I gotta allow it. I'm gonna leave that be. I love you guys. What a reading. I do feel like some of you are tied to Pisces, and if you are, give it a watch. I love you. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want it too long. I thank you for everything, and I'm going to leave it there. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.